Life is too short to drive boring cars, so that's why I have a handful of the keys to the car collection. What are we doing, Dave?
Today, full tour of the DDE car collection. What's done to the cars, what we're doing, and future plans. But first, get all the cars together in one spot on the block. And a few of the cars actually don't run. It might surprise you, it might surprise us.
Some are gonna need a little push power, so why don't we go inside and get the boys? Where are the boys? Hello?
We get lost in this place. We need to get radios, that's not bull.
Need radios. I don't know if they're in the back. I don't know if any of them are in here. Hello?
Yo, yo. Oh, what's up?
Dude, you're making good use of your office desk space. We don't need to question who the champ is. The champ
right there.
The champ is the champ. Let's go and put all the cars for the first time on the block. And that includes all of your cars.
All of the cars?
All of the cars.
Every one of them. Let's go.
And let's get out of this office because the yellow lighting is horrendous.
That's a picture of yourself?
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
He does fit in with us.
He's not the humble one.
He does fit in with us. You have a picture of yourself in your office too. Look at all this. Look at all the suits. That's crazy, man.
This is 10 of them. I have 3 more.
Do you want to get a mannequin and like display one of these so when we come in at night? Oh, let's not tell. Oh, we're doing this. We're so doing this. Oh, it just hit me.
What are we doing?
We're gonna put a couple of these in mannequins, but with a scary mask on them. And we won't tell Mark and Tim. We'll put them up in the dark one night and then make them come in the building.
Oh, that's dirty.
Do you know where the guys are?
No.
Okay, Mark! Let's find them. We got some cars to move. Oh, should we start with the greatest vehicle on Daily Driven Exotics?
Of course.
The Carrera van GT, otherwise known as the CGT. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, sitting on yet another epic vehicle, the Hummer H1. So you know what we're gonna do?
What are we doing?
We're gonna take, you just
remote start?
Did
I
you
didn't
just
know
remote
that.
start cold? Yeah.
We had that the whole time?
Well, yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
It says 2 times push.
Let me turn it off.
I turned it off too.
That changed
So listen,
everything.
we're gonna take all the vehicles from the car collection and we're gonna take all of them out of the building. We're gonna put them on the block. We're gonna display them one by one and talk a little bit about where the car's been and where is it going on this channel and why these guys should be excited because we have big plans for every single car on this channel.
Literally.
Both mods and for adventures. And you're coming along on all of them. So let's start with one of the most infamous vehicles over the last few years. We bought this crazy blacked out Carrera van GT. And since we've gotten it, it has seen more abuse than most cars on this channel.
Yeah.
I can't believe how tough this van is. Like the abuse that we put it through and it just keeps on running.
Let's name the stuff. 2 transmissions. The front end's been rebuilt. The back end needs to be rebuilt.
The back end, the doors are falling off.
The doors are
And we
falling
just
off.
Stick them back on
It's got
there.
nitrous.
Front bumper's ripped off. It's got nitrous.
Nitrous?
First vehicle, by the way, we ever paid cash for. We walked in, we paid cash for it.
Feeling rich.
First one ever.
Oh yeah. I found a Hummer H1 key. Hold on. Yeah.
That's the door that comes
Automatic doors. Don't drive crazy. This is gonna be the camera van. So speaking of telling you a little bit about each vehicle, we got this originally for its ability to open these side doors on both sides and the back door, and it doesn't beep when you're driving with the back door up, and it's got stowaway seating. So it's got this little pocket in the back that you can actually crawl into and get really low and take rolling shots of the cars.
Yeah.
So this was originally the camera van, and it still is a camera van. It just along the way got nicknamed the CGT. Oh, the Hummer. Oh! Oh! Menace to society. Oh! Okay, come back here. Menace to society, this guy. Bro, the tire was doing one of these.
It's just that big chatter, huh?
Big chatter. Alright guys, I need to thank today's sponsor, Raycon. Raycon have been my trusted earbuds and go-to for listening to music, watching and reviewing my very own YouTube videos before you guys get to see them, and it's what we use around the shop, whether I'm working out here or at home, and it's what the boys use when they want to listen to music. You want to know why? Well, we film, and we can't have copyright music blaring in the background if Dave and I want to all of a sudden start shooting something, so we've had them all wear the Raycon earbuds. Now the best part is, these are high quality earbuds with high performance sound and amazing bass. The boys actually prefer it than playing music in a big open warehouse where it echoes. You get perfect sound quality right here in your ears. And it's Valentine's Day, so what better gift than a set of Raycon earbuds for the love of your life. Now look, two things that your love's gonna love, as much as I love them, is these optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. Look at that. And these bad boys have 8 hours of playtime. Now these earbuds are half the price compared to other premium audio brands. Now also when you're done with these earbuds or you need to recharge them, they just simply pop right back into the case, and they have a little magnetic system so it holds them in there nice and secure. Pop them in, plug it in the back, and this will recharge your earbuds and you'll be good to go for another 8 hours of playtime. They do come in multiple colorways. They're sleek in design, they're cute and compact, and you can take them anywhere by simply tucking them away in your pocket for that next trip, road trip, flight, whatever it is. Take them everywhere you go. They have 3 customizable sound profiles: pure sound, balanced sound, and bass sound. Earbud tap functions easily control whatever you're listening to. Isolation: choose to be totally immersed and block out outside noise. Awareness mode: hear what's going on around you. Great for when you're on the go. Pick up a pair of these Raycon earbuds for your loved one. You simply need to go to buyraycon.com/DD and get 15% off plus free shipping. All right, well, Mike is warming up his one of 6 BMW race cars.
Got a lot of them.
Why don't we take 2 cars that we're twinning on?
Hell yeah, dude.
The 599s, which both don't run.
Yep,
why don't we
push it.
Why don't we push him out there while he's warming his cars
race?
up? You want to have a race? Like Le Mans. Oh, it's heavy. Uphill. Okay, turn it the other way. We're gonna back up. Turn the wheel. Forward, hard right. Forward, hard right. Don't worry, we'll get it fixed again. It is gated. Hell yeah, brother. He's just showing off now. Mike's grip race car. And dead Ferrari 599 number 2. Fun fact, this one has no coolant in it. Probably not the best idea, but if we do it quick, no biggie. Now there's only one way to bring a pro driver out in a pro drift car. For a second there, I was so glad that was Dave's 599. Show off? No, there's pretty good. Nicely done, sir.
Thank you.
This thing is a f***ing monster.
Man, I missed driving this thing.
Well, let's get you out doing it some more.
Yeah.
I think it needs a fresh livery.
I feel like you're right.
The 2599s are meant to be our block beaters for Dave and I and Mike to rip around in some cars here on the block and do things kind of like what this thing can do. So they're gonna get, as you know, a manual conversion, 3 pedals, hand brakes are next, a little more angle, but we're gonna keep it in a street trim so that we still can drive the cars other places. But they're ultimately meant to play around here. 2 V12 Enzo front engine, straight piped Ferraris. Be excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Mike's pro drift car isn't likely gonna be pro drifting anymore by you anyhow.
Yep.
It is for sale.
It is for sale.
Someone wants it, hit us up. Now you have a grip car.
Yeah.
So what's really the plans with the grip car?
It's a long-term project. I had all these parts, right? I had a bunch of M3 parts because obviously we've built a lot of M3s.
You have a few M3s.
I have a few M3s. I got a chassis. It was super nice, slick top M3 chassis. I decided I'm gonna turn this one into a road race car. So over like 6 or 7 years, I built that car. It was always like free time, right? And now that it's done, I think I'm gonna sell it.
You're gonna sell it?
I think I'm gonna sell it.
Everything's for sale with Mike Essa.
Let's be honest here. Like when we go to the track now, we've got the Evo 2 race car.
We do.
We've got Dave's McLaren GT4 race car. Yeah. And if I'm out there with you guys, then, you know, I don't need to bring this out.
No.
So
we're also looking at more race cars. Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! All right, why don't we move that one next to this one?
All right, enough race car bull. Need some bougie into my life. Need some posh. I need a massage. Hot stone treatments.
Go get
scented cologne for the HVAC system. Damn!
Who is that guy? He sounds nuts. Now, because this is Dave's prized possession and the prized possession of many of you on the channel. We're just gonna make sure that there's some orange cones around here so no one gets near Dave's car.
So weak now.
I don't think this car needs really any introduction as to what are the future plans of this car.
Yeah.
You guys know it's Dave's dream to have a Bentley, and it's his dream to now create this car so that it's luxury on the inside and what on the outside.
Race car on the outside with 1,000 horsepower and carbon brakes coming soon.
Oh! What's next?
Watch out!
What's next?
Protect the Bentley. It's Mike's race car. It's his M3 car.
It's really slick right there. I was like, oh, it'll be good. Nope. It slid back a foot farther than I thought it was gonna slide.
It's all right out of all the vehicles to bump into.
That's probably the best
That's the one we bump with everything. So, explain this car.
So this was a demo car I built 3 years ago, I think, but it's basically all built up to the same specs as my E46, so full, like, pro, everything. It's got the Samsonite sequential transmission, like the same one we're putting in the F12. It's got Motec, built engine, all the Wisefab suspension, like all the goodies. Yeah, this thing rips too. We went to a bunch of grid life events, put a bunch of people in the passenger seat with this car. An absolute blast in this thing.
So this thing's for sale too.
Yep.
However, a good friend of ours, Nico, went for a ride in this thing, completely lost his bollocks over it. This might be sold. Stay tuned for that.
Pending sale.
Pending
Nico,
sale.
his hand.
Send the money, Nico.
He shook his hand. I saw it.
Yep. Waiting for that wire transfer to come through.
Might be a
No,
few.
you want a Louis Vuitton bag full of cash.
There you go.
All right, guys, next on the docket is Tim's prized Tigani Honda. Right here, guys. The car that went viral when it hit our old shop. They let us charging me $8,000 for the damages. Tim's kit car. Why are you pushing it right now, man?
Long story short, something blew up.
You broke it?
Yeah. Something blew up.
Well, it looks super clean, man.
Yeah, it's well treated, you know.
Everybody knows why we bought this. We bought this as a surprise project car for Tim. Because Tim's such a hard worker and we want something, you know, exotic-esque and fun for him to work on. It's already got a bunch of stuff done to it. Ripped out the old airbags that it had in it. They have a bunch of things that they're gonna work on this car. It's gonna be a fun project. We'll get new wheels. We're gonna get this thing sitting proper, driving proper, new interior, redo the body, and Tim has a special livery in mind. So that is the future of Tim's car. Let's go get one of my cars. I think I wanna take out the KB43 car. The tribute car to Ken Block. Very, very special car in a lot of ways to me. One, I've always wanted to do this Super Trofeo Evo kit on a street car. I finally completed that goal. It's a dream come true. The best part is we made it functional. So the front of the radiator ducting is functional. Thank you to Mike Essa and his fab work. The rear roof scoop is connected to the engine and feeds the engine. Thanks to VF Engineering. It is supercharged by VF Engineering. 820, 840 horsepower. The torque comes on instantly. It's a fun car to play with. It's rear wheel drive. We have a bunch of things planned for this. And in fact, there's something with this car that Mike's been working on, and that is deleting, for the first time ever, deleting the paddle shifters in a Huracan. And that is keeping the V10 power plant while also keeping and maintaining the DCT transmission. How's that possible, Damon? If you haven't seen the last episode of us working on this, hacking this thing apart and making it a manual, you're gonna wanna go back, check it out. There'll be a link in the description. You can get caught up on that very fun episode. We hacked a whole bunch of the car parts, the interior parts up with a machete. If you've never seen that before, check it out. We actually have the shifter working. So I have a rally style shifter I'm about to show you. No more paddles. World's first Huracan to ever do this. Check it out. By the way, the livery on this car was designed as a play on the Gym 7 Huracan livery in collaboration with the latest livery that's still on the car, which is the Huracan versus the World 2 livery. It's this copper bronze color that's discontinued. Marcus Jensen, Ken's livery designer out in Park City, Utah, that put this whole livery together and said, hey, I think I have some of the wrap left from the actual Huracan. Let me look for it. And sure enough, he did. He shipped it out to us from Park City, and we put the actual color on this car, right from the roll that they used for the Huracan. Jump in the other side. We're gonna put some heat in the engine. I'm gonna show you the coolest thing that I've ever seen in a Huracan, the shifter. This is now what I use to control the gearbox. There are no more paddles. Look at this. No paddles. Jump in here. The start button's now here. This is the best part. Let's go.
The sound of that's amazing.
Maybe we slay a few tires on our way out. go. Okay.
I love how we just had this car detailed like 2 hours ago. It is now dirty.
That was water here.
Anyway,
we can
the water is super clean.
We can thank this guy for being able to put all this together. I mean, I absolutely love this.
It's crazy how much that changes the feel of the car.
Everything.
Instantly.
Everything.
Yeah.
I feel like a rally driver in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, dude, wait till we get that e-brake in here and the clutch pedal.
The pedal.
Oh, man.
So then you can like bring it in, initiate.
Yep, yeah, you got the
Because right
e-brake,
now
you
all I
can
have
slide
is just the throttle.
That's it. Yep. No, we need to be able to turn the ABS off and grab the e-brake and clutch pedal, and dude, this thing is gonna be a monster.
World's first.
Hell
The
yeah.
driving of that and going up and down gears is so cool. And look, it's so weird. This is the first Huracan with no paddles.
Yeah.
There are other people who've taken a Huracan shell and then put different motors in it,
motor
different
swap
transmissions.
it, yeah.
That's not a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
I have an idea.
I feel like we're on a roll with the Lambos.
Time for some gold.
Gold?
My absolute dream car to this date. I still love it. The day I bought it, I sold it for a little bit because I'm a piece of shit. I got it back, modified it to a very extreme level, and it will be my car I never sell.
The forever car.
Forever, for sure.
The 1 of 50, now 1 of 1. Lamborghini Squadra Corse final edition. Lamborghini only made 50 of these. They made them specific to color on what continent they went to. The ones that came to North America were yellow. Less than a handful came to Canada. It's got a Super Trofeo actual race car kit on it. Full front bumper, splitter, dive planes. Actually, what's cool is with the Gallardo race car, they kept it really stock off the body.
Yeah.
So everything else is stock, but then, and you didn't have to change the engine cover because the engine cover is from the actual race car, right? But then we do the big chassis mounted wing, which is ridiculous. And these really, really cool side intakes on the rear, all the diffuser. You got, because race car right here, the tow hook, and Dave's a piece of no sellout for the license plate. And this is a street legal car. VF Engineering supercharged as well. Fire this thing up, Dave. Everybody's dying to hear it. What is the future of this car? Basically drive it.
Drive it, I want to hit 100,000 miles. Only one in the world. And by the way, this is the very last kit they had for the race kit. That's it. There's no more.
100,000 miles? Damn, you are DD. Fire this thing up, put some heat in the engine, Goldilocks.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Is it dead? That's
Squadra never dies.
That's hilarious.
Squadra never dies.
Damn, this thing looks so good in the sun. I love this car in the sun. It looks so freaking insane in the sun, man. These two cars side by side. Mwah.
Yeah, man, it's my absolute favorite. Beyond the looks, it's just really fun to drive. And you usually get bored after a few years of a car. Nope, I actually missed it. I sold my Aventador S to get this car back.
That's true.
That's true story.
Fun facts. Dave loves this car. I love this car. I just don't love the seats, but I'm a bit heftier than
Get you a
Dave.
bigger seat for that side if you want.
I'm a bit heftier. Pumping up that flat tire on the race car. We'll put some heat in this engine. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some heat in these engines. I have my Super Trofeo Evo 2. The craziest of crazy factory built gentleman racing series supercars you can buy with the upgraded headlights, completely maked over body kit, a lot of tweaks. They completely changed the front end. They added larger louvers, a different louver design than the previous generation, like on my Street Evo. They've completely changed the rear quarter panels. The quarter panels now have louvers in them. There's louvers everywhere. This car is absolute madness. Rear bumper is a lot more open for airflow. They changed the rear deck lid. It has this extra little lip with these fins on it. They changed the design of the wing a little bit. The roof scoop's actually slightly modified. I think it's a bit longer or lower. I love this thing. It's my first race car. It's a bit extreme for my first race car, but so far so good. I've spun it out a few times. I've never done anything too crazy, and I've driven it 6 or 7 times and on 6 or 7 different tracks.
Yeah.
Laguna Seca being one of them. That was such an amazing experience. So what we'll do is we'll get Mike to throw some heat in this engine. We got Mike to drive this car out for us. This car's got no lift. I hope it makes it over
I
that
hope so too. We have not yet put this car
in the block. I'll put some heat in the engine of my manual Murcielago. One of my favorite all-time cars, the manual Murcielago. I had one of these before, an actual LP640. If you don't know the fate of that car, it was my ultimate dream car. I bought it, sight unseen, out of Florida, transported it, imported it into Canada. I owned that car for 4 years. I went to get some transmission work done, and unfortunately, on a cold winter's day and some sand on the road, I had to take it out for a test drive. Accelerated, the car broke loose, hopped a curb, and hit a pole and a fire hydrant, totaling the car basically. I decided not to rebuild that car. We're not a rebuild channel for the most part. I sold it, and with the money that I got from that car, because it had increased in value so much, I was able to recoup most of what I probably would have made from selling that car had it not been crashed. And I just bought a Gen 1, again, manual Murcielago V12, light blue, full Alcantara interior in here, made by E3 Customs in Florida. So if you guys want custom interior work, hit up E3 Customs. They make the best interiors. Their attention to detail is amazing. Oh, look at you, Mr. Race Car Driver. The turbo spool, it sounds so good. That car in just the factory McLaren orange is stunning. I love the way this car looks, but even more than it looks, I love how it drives. This race car will decimate any street Huracan. So yes, this thing has a clutch in it. It's got a sequential gearbox instead of a DCT transmission. Why? Because race car. Also, this car has no fans or anything. It does have a radiator, which means if this car is not moving, if it sits for too long, it'll start to get too hot. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
That car sounds so pissed off.
Oh, pissed off.
It's intimidating.
It's
It really
intimidating
is.
looking too, right?
Yeah, no, it's wild.
The headlight upgrade, it's got different tail lights. Like, just look at it. This is the generation they came up with after the generation of that bodywork. That bodywork used the factory street headlights. The whole front end's different. Like, look at the way that they have the inlets on the front of the bumper. Where here, they completely changed the design of the inlets, and they created this like angled design on the front bumper. Well, they have all this now, where the air goes in. Again, more aero, more
They really
downforce.
screwed up by not making the final edition Huracan look like this with the headlights and taillights.
That would have been crazy.
They screwed up. They should have done this.
Damn,
This is
Dave.
crazy.
Dave's calling Lamborghini out. Look at the rear end.
That's the best part.
Minimalist taillights.
Yeah.
All dry carbon, like
Exposed.
proper autoclave, like
Yeah.
like this thing is crazy, and it really just looks insane. Like
It looks
props to
nice.
Lamborghini for building this thing. It's wild.
Yeah. Props to Lamborghini. Lamborghini go screw themselves. Let's go. Straight piped Murcielago. One of the coolest features of a Murcielago is that the doors go vertically straight up, where on the Aventador, they go up and kind of out. And that is designed to make it easier for you to get into the vehicle. But you know what? That's what's the problem with some of the modern day supercars, especially like the latest and greatest, is they're too easy to drive.
Yep.
And I think anybody who truly loves the soul of a car would agree that a little discomfort, a little aches and pains make the experience that much more enjoyable. What do you think, Mike?
I could not agree with you more. I think the driving experience, the excitement of driving a car is all of the feel. It's the little noises you hear. It's the steering feel. It's the brake feel. And they're so soft now. It's like they try to make them this like cross-country touring car when they're not supposed to be that.
They have Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to listen to music when you're driving these cars. You listen to the engine.
Yeah.
I really miss my Murcielago. It is such a special car, and it's my favorite doors. That's the way you do it.
Straight up.
Straight up, baby.
You know, speaking of modern day cars, hypercar that has that ruggedness and roughness is the Senna. Hard mounted engine mounts.
Engine and transmission, so
Yeah,
you
so
feel the
it's-
drivetrain, like
yeah.
the little vibrations
It's
through
all
it.
carbon
Yeah.
because race car, and because it's all carbon, you can hear little rattles and stuff when you're driving,
Yeah.
and it's so badass. For a 2019 hypercar, I love the Senna, and that's what I love about it.
Honestly, so I've driven it up the street at the old shop. That's yeah, I know. He said it was okay.
I was was out of town. Yeah, he had to load it that time it went to when it went to Miami.
But that car is honestly, there is no other car that I've driven in that feels like that. It feels like a go-kart. It feels like it is so stiff that every little movement, you don't feel the chassis flex. It's not like a bunch of suspension deflecting, tires moving. You go like this and it goes that way. Oh. It's like you think about it and it does it. And that is so cool. I love that thing.
Well, before we get to the new, first we're gonna drive the old.
Back to 2003, baby. Yeah, I should have kept my Murcielago. Should have kept the Mercy. That up, didn't I?
You know, it's like one of those, like, in the moment, you're like, you know what? I'll get something else. I'll sell this car. And then you're like, a year or two later, like, man, I should have never sold that car.
We understand that car will never exist ever again in any shape or form at all. Yeah. I have to call my boys in August, be like, yo, you got that car for sale still, bro?
Now that's a big V12, so it actually takes a bit of time for it to warm up. I'll let it run, warm up, so I can give you guys some revs. So in the meantime, let's go back and get that modern day hypercar that has all the race car feels. That's right, the DDE LM Senna. 800 horsepower, twin turbo V8 with an unobtainium straight pipe, full titanium exhaust, billet turbo inlets, tuned by VF Engineering. This thing is bad. AL13 killed it on what I wanted for the better part of probably 4 years when the Senna first got released as a render in the GTR format, and then they did a GTR LM and a street LM edition. They did the LM wheels, but you can't go to McLaren and say, I even own a Senna, and say, I'd like to buy the LM wheels. If you don't have the LM model car, they won't sell you the LM parts. You can't get the LM exhaust tip. So I created my very own one of one. I did a GTR inspired livery using my very own custom made Inozatec Super Gloss DD720 GTR Pink, which is just our name for the heritage color for the F1 Lark Pink. That's actually vinyl. It looks like paint. Let's fire this thing up. Fire the hole! The inside of this car is a huge part of what makes this car feel special. Glass in the roof. It has a split window. It has glass in the door, in the lower part of the door, so you can see the road. Everything about this car is insane. When it's in race mode, it flips the screen down. So all you need to look at is the basic stuff. If you want, you can flip that back up. It gives you a little more information, and you can even change it. You go into sport mode, and it changes the entire look of this display.
Oh, that's cool.
It's very cool. Game on. Spaceship, the DDE UFO, you guys.
I'm here. You're good on my side. You got to fit on my side.
This car. Oh, that was close.
All the hazards. Hazard.
Oh, these are the door handles, and the start stop for the engine up on the ceiling, and the doors go up. Look at all the carbon on this car. The whole interior, all the dash.
This entire car is carbon fiber.
Everything. We saw
the carpet's carbon fiber too.
We saw it taken apart, and everything under the carbon is carbon. Check this thing out. My ultimate dream car. Damn, that's madness. It's a dream come true. A decade of YouTube right there. Thanks, you guys. By the way, smash the subscribe button if you're loving this episode. I hope you guys do. I hope you appreciate the little story and the little bits about every car we've told you. It's been a lot of work. Seems like a short video to you guys. It's taken us all afternoon to get every one of these cars out very carefully and not so carefully.
Not so carefully.
We were just starting to line the cars up for the thumbnail, and we forgot a car, a very special car. In fact, Mike reminded me because he had Tim put the panels back on it. The F12. The way you're about to see the F12 is actually not anywhere near what it's gonna look like. But we got to get it in the shot. This car is under a major build. As you guys probably know, if you don't know, there's a special playlist starting from day one all the way through to where we're at now. Fully built engine, upgraded turbos, all new exhaust system, bringing back the V12 high pitch sound in combination with top mount turbos. World's first Gymkhana drift build. This car has a sequential gearbox. It has 3 pedals in it. It has a handbrake. This thing is gonna kick absolute ass. Gonna be the tire slayer on the channel. It's got rear mounted radiators.
It looks crazy with the body back on it.
Full roll cage.
Even the glasses on it right now.
That's cool. We should build this car and for the first little while, not do any body mods to it so it looks factory. Other than the turbo sticking out. Like, look at this. Nuts. So this is the world's first actual F12 race car with a roll cage, 3-pedal, sequential. It's gonna be nuts. Be excited. This guy's building it. Tune into that series. This is almost all put together. So our new shop's ready to rock and roll. Fab shop. We can keep going on this.
Yep.
We're looking at 2 months startup. First shakedown on the block.
2 months?
We don't have to go
2
anywhere.
months.
Okay.
2 months, guys.
We don't have to go anywhere. Oh! This isn't the only Aventador. We do have an SVJ. Currently in the process of being repaired. We also have a 720 GTR. That very soon enough too will be revealed, which I'm very excited about. You're probably wondering why we have this. Damon.
Explain yourself.
How did we end up here? We start with street cars a lot of the time. Perfectly good street cars. That F12 was a very clean, beautiful example of an F12. And we completely tore it down, threw away most of the parts, and then built a race car. That's not the smartest way to do it. However, we're dumb YouTubers. We made a bunch of videos on the internet which justify doing it that way. However, moving forward, I wanted to build the world's first all-wheel drive gymkhana car with the doors going up with a naturally aspirated V12, and that's why we got this. Thanks to our friend Mark at AZ Auto Cycle in Arizona.
Not you.
Hooked us up, yeah, not him. Hooked us up with an amazing deal on this Aventador carbon tub. This madman over here will make a full tube chassis, custom everything.
Everything is going to be custom except for
The engine and the trans.
But even those are going to be modified heavily.
Billet gears, upgraded clutch, but it'll be an Aventador single clutch gearbox
transmission,
and it'll still be a naturally aspirated straight pipe V12, maybe some nitrous,
a lot of nitrous,
a whole bunch of rally style crazy diffs, and this thing is going to be nuts. Look at that shot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now we have a whole lot of cars to put away.
That don't look right. That don't look right. No. Something broke. What's going on? Oh, what did he break?
Did you see that thing just fold over?
Yeah.
Like, the tie rod just went like, it went like this. You started driving, and the wheel went like this.
Yeah, it's dynamic.
It winked at you.
It's dynamic.